hello, hello. We're at a hotel in Phoenix because our doctor's appointments are tomorrow. But I finished I finished the sleeve on the t-shirt. It is now in the sink, blocking. Oh, and now I was just gonna use a little shampoo because I didn't come prepared for this. So let's just put a little tiny bit of shampoo in there, in my water. I will flip this around to show you. So there we are. There's no plug on this sink, so I just have to let it run. Gonna let it run for a bit because I can't let it drain. Well, maybe it's self-plugged. That's handy. So I finished the second sleeve. I pulled out my darning needle and I hid my ends. This is cotton, so I was really sure to splice them together so that it would stay. I'm not going to be very patient today. Normally I'm pretty patient. This is a little hotter than I'm used to. My tap water is not usually this hot in my house. Oh, and look, we have a little bit of dye bleed, but this is pretty dang hot. Now, this isn't wool, so I don't have to worry about the hot or the agitation, so I'm gonna play. Yeah, FYI, guys, this might bleed a little bit. There we go. Turn that on and let it. I did make sure the sink was really clean. I'm gonna pull a little hand towel out here and squeeze one out the best I can. This is normally a two-handed operation. There's one, two. It's bleeding a tiny bit. I don't think it would be a problem if you used more than one color. And in fact, I know that I have made a sweater out of this color and the orange once. So I didn't trim the ends. I usually trim the ends. Come on. There we go. There. So just so you know, it did bleed a little. All right. I'm going to lay these out. And boy, they're stretching. So that's good to know. And I did bring my sloper because I want to measure it up and see if I did truly. It's too bad I'm not at the house because I would put this outside normally. But I'm just laying out a bath towel so that I can put my t-shirt on it. So, or put my sleeves on it. The t-shirt's been blocked. All right, let's lay this way. This might take two hands. I may have to lay it out and then. All right, I'm gonna moved myself into our little kitchenette thing. I'll show you the hotel here in a minute. And I laid these out. Remember yesterday, and I did lay them out to the shape I thought. Then I put the pattern over the top to try and squish them into the shape I want them to be. Remember yesterday when I said that it looks like the sleeves were a little too small and that my math was wrong? Well, looky, not wrong anymore. It's a little big. So I've just sort of very gently patted this down and squished it a little bit. And the same here, I want this to be a little higher and I want this to hit there. So it's still a little on the sticky outside. So I'm like zhuzhing it in and trying not to stretch it. And the second one, I clearly relaxed in the car ride today. See that? Versus this one. It's a bit tighter. I don't think I went up a needle size, but I may have changed needle brand for this because I don't remember what I was using before. This could be the reason that I'm having a little bit trouble with the fit. We want to know what our gauge is, and my gauge changed. So I'm just sort of patting this in so it dries and laying the pattern on it. So this sleeve is definitely bigger. Bigger. So we're gonna do this and keep patting it and just hope that it shrinks up a little. Now, you guys all know that cotton in the dryer will shrink up, so I could always do a little bit of dryer action on this. But then I don't want it to be too small. So yeah, it's a little bit of a problem. So I'm just gonna pat it because you do have control a bit in the blocking process to make sure that things just aren't quite as big as or small as they're coming out. You can stretch or you can zhuzh, and I'm zhuzhing. All right, hopefully these are gonna dry. I'm a little bit happier. Yeah, there we go. That's not so great though. Let me look at this one. I definitely want them to be the same. So let's pull this in a little bit here and pull that out. There. So pull them in and pull them out until the stretching action is taken up where you want it to be taken up and not where you don't want it to be, right? There. That's better. There. All right, I'm gonna leave these and we're gonna go find, you can actually see the hotel room behind me. This has got a full-on kitchen. This is, I think, a Marriott residence. And it's a fairly new one because this town is a fairly new town. I think we're near Sun City, but it's Surprise, Arizona is where this doctor of ours is. And so we drive up, we spend the night in a hotel, we go see the doctor, and then most of the time we can visit on the phone. But since we're in Arizona for some other tests for me tomorrow, we decided to come up here and do this and have some fun in Arizona today. But that's the blocking process for the sleeves. I'll try to check back in with you later tonight if they're hopefully dry and if I get a chance to sew them in. Otherwise, I may upload this tomorrow. I have you in the bathroom right now to show you what we have on this t-shirt progress. And hopefully you can see, you get to look at the back of my phone, but the sleeve fits in a much more satisfactory way. I did put it in while it was still damp last night and just to try it on and see where we stood. And I also didn't pin it in, and therefore I ended up with a little excess at the top. I sewed using traditional stitching methods so that it's as seamless as possible, or as nice as possible, from the armpit to the top, from the armpit to the top and the back. And what I ended up with was a bit of puckering because I did not pin it in first. You're not seeing my face because you can't see my face. But, so I'm much happier with it. I think I want to have a little more fullness at the back. So I think what I'm going to do is measure the halfway point and put a little bit more at the back, only because I have a bit of a flappy arm. And if you can see, there's a bit of puckering there. And then of course you can see the little gathers up at the top that I'm going to eliminate. So I'm going to distribute here and move a little bit to the back in the insertion. But this is no longer about a sleeve that doesn't fit me. It's more about a sleeve that isn't put in correctly, and I can fix that. So we have success. Success. You can see my thumb now. We have success. And I'm going to fix this sewing. I will check it. I'm going to just upload this video now because we're sort of a day late. It's mid-afternoon now. But we had our doctor's appointment. We had our coffee. And then we drove home and David went right to work. So, and I've been working too with orders to fill and things. But I'm much happier with the shape of this sleeve, the size of this and everything. It just needs placement fiddling and fuzz removal. I got something fuzzy right. Oh, it's on my screen. I'm trying to wipe something off on my camera. Okay, so I'm going to upload this video for you so you can see it and then also fill you in. And again, like I said yesterday, the next one is a raglan. So I'm going to use the gray and using Ann Bud's formula. So I'll walk you through that. Ann Bud's formula, I'm going to sort of create a top-down raglan V-neck t-shirt and see if I like the way the sleeve fits better. All right, So just to close this video, t-shirt fits, sleeves are much better with a little bit of fiddling in the insertion, in the sewing in. And the next t-shirt will be the Ann Budd method of fitting, top down, raglan sleeve, V-neck, and just as you can see from the video, the waist and the body is just a little tight for me. Now, I have to remeasure myself because I'm pretty sure the COVID weight that I have put on is, I'm trying to remember how many pounds I put on. I think it's 10. It might be pushing 50. It's 10 to 11, 10 to 12. So that is going to have an impact on my waist because all my weight comes on in my waist. So, yeah, that's going to be an issue, and I'll take that measurement and find out exactly how bad the bad news is. But it's on, and I would wear this right now, especially once I get the other sleeve on. Sorry, I bumped you. Once I get the other sleeve on and I fix this one. So I'm totally happy with it. I'm absolutely happy with it. And, yeah, have a good rest of your day. I will show you the finished product tomorrow. Should be all stitched up and on. And I'll talk about the beginning of t-shirt number 2. Bye.